That song means one thing, and it is time for Just for Kicks. I love that song. It sounds so I don't know, like I'm in South America, and it just gives me the vibes of soccer. But welcome everybody. I think David is frozen. So oh, there he goes.
Yeah,
You might have been just sitting still.
I was leaning back.
So look, we got a great show. It is season 4, episode 7, and we've been discussing a lot of the Rhode Island Super Cup, Rhode Island FC, Team USA. We've even dabbled with a little bit of that team in Massachusetts, the Revolution. But today we have a special guest today, and I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be having Matt Widmer, who is a big part of Rhode Island Soccer. He is the second vice president of RISA, Rhode Island Soccer Association. Correct, David?
Yes.
And he's a former Harvard soccer alum. Well, he's still Harvard soccer alumni, but he's a former player. And he's going to talk to us about his soccer career, probably a little bit behind the scenes in the business side of soccer, and of course currently playing for PCFC Renegades, and that is exciting. So we're going to be talking to him, and then of course we're going to be covering some Rhode Island Football Club later on, and we'll give some updates on their happenings. And but before we do all of that, we have to go through all of our social. So you are watching us currently live on YouTube, Rumble, and Kick at Rhode Island Broadcasting, and on Twitch at RI_broadcasting. So on Twitch, don't be afraid to throw out some bits, support the show, please. And YouTube, click that little bell so you always know we go live. You can listen to us on the audio platforms, Spotify, RedCircle, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. So that is all at RI Broadcasting. And follow us on all the socials like TikTok, MeWe, Blue Sky, Gab, Space Hey, LinkedIn, Parler. We're all over the place, everywhere at Rhode Island at RI Broadcasting, sorry. And you can follow us, of course, on Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it, at Broadcasting RI. So follow us there. Join in on all the conversations and everything. And yet, you can go to the website, RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net. You can find all of that stuff there. So you can take the shortcut and you can go there, and whatever you need, it's there. We have episodes from all the shows on Rhode Island Broadcasting, and we have, movies, music. There's all kinds of stuff, something for everybody. David.
Yes,
it
sir.
is time. Let's get this rolling.
Sure thing.
And so we're going to introduce Matt Widmer. He's going to tell us a little bit about his soccer career, and I cannot wait because this is exciting. I love having guests, and this is going to be awesome. How are you, Matt?
Thank you, Ron. Wow, I don't know if I'm going to live up to that great introduction.
I'm sure you're going to, because, look, fans that watch the show are soccer fans. And when you have a soccer fan, it's we like to think that the NFL has fans, and we talked about this last week, David. And the NFL fans are fanatics, but it doesn't compare to soccer. So it doesn't matter what soccer league it is, a soccer fan is interested. It's a different breed. Are you there?
It's so interesting, Ron. I first started to realize about Rhode Island's deep roots in soccer when I was writing speeches for one of our more celebrated local politicians. I'll give you 3 guesses who it was.
Oh God, I'm gonna fail miserably at the guessing.
I'll give you a hint. He also
I would like to say Pele.
Well, this
Because
was
he's
a politician.
the best in my book.
Well, no, so anyways, Fox Point had this connection to the World Cup, right, David? Because there was when Rhode Island when the U.S. was actually in the World Cup way back when, in like the 40s or 50s. I think that there were a few players from Fox Point who figured in on the team. Anyways.
And actually North Tiverton, Fall River. Yes. Portuguese players.
Players. And so we were just scratching the surface of this kind of undercurrent of soccer mania that we have here in Rhode Island going back generations. And I've been around forever, and slightly behind David's time arc. We'd like to joke that I was the little kid who was the ball boy at his Brown soccer games.
I told Ron about it.
And
I think that's pretty awesome, though. I mean, you grew up around the sport, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's you do a lot of learning, believe it or not, when you're just off to the sidelines. Even being a ball boy, you're watching stuff and you're taking that in, and that is part of learning how to play. I mean, that's all part of it. It's everything, It's just a little bit of a taste of learning, and you see and you try to mimic those things that you're picking up. And I think that's wonderful.
That's right, Ron. And so in Rhode Island at the time, they were starting to get pro soccer going, like with the Oceaneers and stuff. But besides that, it was really only like a preppy sport where the prep schools would play it, and then the Ivy League teams would play it for sure.
Right.
And then David knows better than me, but like UMass had a pretty good program, and Adelphi was a team on Long Island that had a good, and Hartwick, and then UConn and Brown in those days had a huge rivalry with UConn.
Yes.
And so as little kids growing up who were committed to soccer, we were all about Brown soccer, and tapping into what was going on, in Fox Point and Fall River, and Tiverton and places like that.
Yeah. You have that distinct side of things where you've seen all the sides of soccer, being a fan, just being on the sidelines as a ball boy, right? Playing, and now on the business side of it as well. So you've been in all of these parts of the game. And I got to ask, what was your favorite? What part of the game is your favorite?
Oh, wow. Because, I've had a lot of different incarnations in my, what we've been playing soccer for how long, David? 60 years, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Hey, listen, I learned in London when I was 8 in the 60s, so it goes back away.
But so it's a great question. I've never been asked that. I think obviously playing Division I soccer at Harvard was very exciting, and I met some amazing players. It was over too short, too quick, so it was hard sometimes to figure out what to do next after your soccer career is over. But that's what's so great about these adult soccer leagues. That there's some really talented players, far better than I ever was, who were, playing Sunday mornings. And so that was really satisfying. I think I've been doing it now for maybe 20 years, which tells you how old I am.
Hey, I think we're all there. We're all there.
Hey, there was a great Nigerian player at Harvard going back in the days. I'm trying to remember, they named the field. Was it Ohiri?
Yeah, Ohiri, right? He passed away tragically. Yes.
Really?
And I can't remember the circumstances, but he was a terrific player.
Yeah.
Harvard soccer was good, but then Brown kind of eclipsed Harvard soccer in the 70s. And I think Harvard soccer is now back, but it's hard in the Ivy League. It's really good soccer. I mean, who were the powerhouses back in the day, David? I think Columbia always had a good team.
Columbia
right?
was good. They were up and down, depending upon the year. It's interesting because it's changed a bit, but I know for a while Yale was pretty good. In the last 10, 15 years, they were decent, but they were never great. And I think, Columbia had a lot of foreign players too.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you think about where soccer was in this country back then and where it is now, it's night and day. Now most colleges have a soccer program, right? I mean, I it's just come along, and now you're seeing all these leagues like we have in Rhode Island, with the Rhode Island Super Cup, and you're seeing those leagues in just about every state now, and it's going to get a big boost next year, a big boost. And I think it's just one of the sports that has grown the most over the past, 2 decades, maybe even 1 decade, how much it's grown since then. That it's soccer and pickleball. That's what's popular now. Right?
Hey,
Well,
we're hoping next year with the World Cup, it's more soccer and more kids come in, but we'll see what happens. Pickleball.
Yeah. We hope that,
Pickleball's about getting older people in to play, to get athletic.
Yeah, it's just one of those games that it's just not going to go away. That's for sure. We know that. It's whether or not it's going to creep up into, the top 4, and it could very well do that. And look, I can see soccer surpassing baseball, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I can see
yeah, absolutely, Ron. We were talking about this the other day. I was telling David I was down in Tuckertown and driving around. There was about 8 soccer games going on, and then there was one baseball field. Actually, there was 3 baseball fields, but only one was being used, and there was some. But you were it's really hard to imagine under what circumstances now a young boy or a girl would be playing baseball rather than soccer.
Yeah, well, that is that the culture is changing, and you got to give the country a little bit of credit. Look, the world had a head start. But if there's one thing I know about this country, we do have world-class athletes, and it's only a matter of time before they catch up to the rest of the world. And it's going to be a great ride for it. It's going to be a great ride, and I'm excited. Especially seeing the rise of RIFC. The Super Cup League is going on, and then you now see players from Europe and other nations like South America starting to come to play in MLS. And that's a good sign. And they're putting people in the stands on top of that. So that's a great sign for soccer. It can only go up.
Yeah, that's right, Ron. Especially if they start selling shirts. Like I know that when that guy I'm not a Tottenham fan, but in fact, I would never be a Tottenham fan.
Because he knows
sorry.
I am.
But Son, that great
shots
Korean,
fired.
Yeah, son went to LA. Is in LA.
Yeah.
Son is in LA, and everybody wants his shirt now. I have, friends on my team whose kids want to go to the games when he comes to the Revolution, and they want to go see him and buy his shirt. And so I think those jersey sales are going to be a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you look on TV now, you're seeing the Premier League, you're seeing, the Champions League. All these leagues are now on streaming. And they're getting these deals from, Paramount and all of these other companies. And they're being televised. I think it was last night. Was it last night? Might have been the night before. Like Liverpool was on New England Sports Network. And I'm like, oh wow, they didn't put the baseball game on, but they had that. And I thought that was great, because I guess the Red Sox must have been playing on national, because I believe they played Toronto. And so it gave an opportunity for soccer to be showcased in New England. And, Liverpool's a good team. And, so they're getting those jersey sales from now the United States, which is great for like Liverpool and, the teams that they're showing. But it's also putting it in people's minds. It's like, yeah, soccer could be successful here. And that's a change from like a decade ago, it's now a moneymaker here. And that's the important thing, because now there's money behind it, and it's pushing the sport, to the forefront. And there's certainly a lot of room for them to grow and just flourish in this country. And I think it's going to do that. When you can have one ball and, 22 players playing, you only need that one ball. That's all you need. Baseball, you need 9 gloves. You need the bat. You're going to lose a few balls, right? You only need that one ball. That's all you need.
Hey, the beauty of soccer, and also some of it may be basketball too, especially in areas where people don't have a lot of money, is right until it gets into like very organized suburban stuff where they're charging kids to play. It's cheap. It's a ball. It's a patch of grass or a patch of cement.
Right.
And you play. And that can be played on a field, in the city, on a basketball field, in your backyard, on your sidewalk, anywhere.
And when you have a sport that all you need is that ball, it's easier for, somebody like in the city to grow in that sport. Like, good luck trying to grow in the city for like hockey, because you have so much equipment you got to buy, and it is expensive. It's an expensive sport. Football, the same thing. You need the helmet, you need the pads, you need it gets up there. But a ball makes it really easy, and you just go to a park, and there you go. You're all set.
Well, I remember in the early days, David probably remember this. You couldn't get a pair of soccer cleats very easily. You could go and get a pair of baseball cleats, but they wouldn't be the right type of leather and the right type of cleat. And so
there was a store in New York City that had everything. And I can't remember where it was. And my folks grew up in New York City, and they had family there. And once in a while, we'd drive down, and I'd say, "Oh, you got to take me to the store. You could get a good pair of cleats there." And that was it. There was no other place.
Yeah.
When the Oceaneers played in the 70s, there was a soccer sport shop of all places in Edwards of Newport that supplied the Oceaneers team. That was it. They were in Newport. I mean, if you wanted to go buy a good pair of shoes, you drive to Newport.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly changed now.
Yeah.
It's certainly changed, because you can probably get it at any top line shoe stores because it's now popular. It's growing so much, so so all these places have to start carrying all this
Yeah,
stuff,
true.
and it's only going to get better. So Matt, let me ask you this: you played in Harvard. Did you get a chance to play any pro?
Oh no, I didn't. I don't think I was good enough. But there were guys on my team who were at that level. There was a guy who used to play for Arsenal named Charlie Nicholas, whose name was Champagne Charlie because he liked the party lifestyle a little bit too much. Um, but
It's a great nickname. I like that.
anyways, he's an Arsenal legend. I'm an Arsenal guy, as David knows. But he Champagne Charlie's cousin. He had a younger cousin who came to Harvard and was a terrific player. He played in the Celtic system, which is one of the two big outfits in Glasgow. And there's Rangers and then there's Celtic. And one's Protestant and one's Catholic. And these guys have been going at it probably for hundreds of years. But anyways, he was just a terrific player. I think I always remember playing with him. But no, I mean, you start to you need to find a job after college. You got to become an adult. And so I got away from it for about, I don't know, probably well into my 30s is when I got back into it. And I couldn't believe I'd ever stopped doing it. That's how like instantaneous it was.
Yeah. So you play for PCFC Renegades. How long has this team been around?
Well, let's see. The prior league was in existence, I want to say, for 25 years. And so this was a group of East Greenwich guys that got together. North Kingstown, East Greenwich has a lot of good soccer players. And so we play year round. We go indoors over at Wide World of Soccer in Quonset. And it's just been a really satisfying thing to do every Sunday morning. I can't imagine not doing it now. But we tried to take a step up to the higher division. There was only one division this year in the first year of the Super Cup, and it's been a bit of an eye opener, to be honest with you, because they're just that much better than we are. But it's also really rewarding because, as David can say, there's these Cape Verdean teams that are, for them, it's like their religion. They are so intense about it.
Yeah.
And
it's
we're
that fanatic
intense.
we were talking about.
Yeah. It's like they come with a whole entourage every time they play, and I don't think we have any fans, so that.
Yeah, it's instilled in their family dynamics.
Yeah,
really there's like certain DNA markers, and as you go around that DNA strand, you see little soccer balls.
I mean, it's every game is the same. Like we always go out to a lead, and then they gradually just draw us in, and it's like almost like a choreography. And they're terrific. The way they play together, but it takes them a while to get going. They're late starting.
So I mean, it's by us covering this, I've been seeing, and I wish Kaba was able to stay. I saw him in the backstage area. I don't know if he's having a hard time keeping connected or not, or just too busy.
He was coaching at some point this afternoon, but he was going to try to get on, but I don't know anymore.
Yeah, so if hopefully he can come back, and because we're going to be covering all of the matches that happened this past weekend, and I think with the Renegades, you guys just can't score goals. got a score?
Well, it's and we're out of shape. No, David came to one of our games and he spotted it right away. He said, "These Cape Verdean teams are on a different level. They are 3 moves ahead of you, mentally, physically. You know, they're thinking of link ups and combination plays,
Yeah.
and you guys are just not on that. It's like chess and checkers a little bit."
Right. But you know what, though? Are you having fun? That's
Yeah.
what it's about, right? Just going out there, getting some exercise, playing a game you love.
Yeah.
That's the
People
way I
who
look
love
at
it,
it.
yeah, and it's
You know, I mean, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. And so let's get into these matches from week 18. It's really exciting because when you start seeing these names over and over again, you start realizing that there's some really great players that are in this league. And we'll start out with Dinamo Morabeza. They won 5-2 over Santo Antao. I mean, Nuno Martins added again 2 more goals. The guy must have. I don't know if they keep records on goals. I swear this guy scores every week. Every week.
And Ron, when we were playing them, like, you know, I think we were tied 1-1 at halftime, and we were just playing their B team. Like, I'm sure that Nuno was on the sidelines only if he was needed, you know.
If he's needed, he could just play, like 15 minutes and get a couple of goals, and
Yeah.
then he can just rest the rest of the time. I mean, they're really good. Dinamo is really good. So we got the 2 goals, and they also had goals from Antunes, who's also been another name that keeps popping up. Paulo Rodriguez and Ernesto Lopes also scored. They're just so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
Clearly the best team in the league in my book. I know they're in first place, but it is, there's a gap. There's a gap, even though it's tied for first. But their goal differential is plus 33, which is absolutely incredible. So they have some offense, and they're going to be tough to stop. Intelligentsia, 4-1 win over Mexico. Fredson De Cruz, Wilson De Pina, Nelson Ivora, and Ivandro Tavares got the goals for Intelligentsia. Ewan Hernandez Santos get the goal for Mexico. Mexico, they're in the thick of things. They just offensively, they're just not as potent. They got some talented players, of course, but they're still in the mix for the playoffs. So, but they need to get a win because Warren Soccer Club is just on a roll right now.
Oh, are they? Yeah, that's a good. They're an interesting bunch. They're very well organized, Warren. Like, everything is figured out ahead of time, exactly what everybody contributes to the pot, and there's no funny business with that outfit.
Yeah, I mean, it's showing like they've come on strong the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 games, and they're right now they're 8-5 and 2 draws.
Wow.
But I swear it, they got like a 4 or 5 game winning streak going. So,
wow.
I mean, they've been really good, and when you're getting guys, look, if you have 2 guys named Fabio, you gotta be doing all right.
You gotta be.
You know what I mean? You gotta be doing all right. 2 guys named Fabio both scored this past game. Fabio Oliveira, Fabio Dorado, along with Marco Cabral, Dimas Simas, who has the best name in the league, the best name. Love it. Dimas Simas. That sounds like a soccer player.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but this guy Dimas maybe have been around for a while and is pretty well known in the over 30, over 40 circles. I'm going to double check that, but I think so.
Yeah.
Rui?
No,
There's.
Dimas.
Oh, okay.
Dimas. But also getting a goal again, Ryan Maduro, whose name is popped up a lot this season. He's scoring, and he's gotten goals probably in the last 3 or 4 games. So they got some weapons there. They have some weapons. So they're going to be
Yeah.
a tough team.
I remember I was talking to their manager, and he told me that they have practice. And I was like, practice?
They do. They do.
You're talking about practice, not a game. Practice.
Practice?
Oh, I love it. So Cranston Portuguese Club had no answer for Warren. They got blanked. Couldn't they look when you can play defense and score? It's tough to stop a team like that. It really is.
What was the final, Ron?
5-0.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get David started on this topic, but that's probably because of defections to the Mass League.
Yeah.
Because Cranston is earlier in the season was very good, so maybe they lost some guys. I'm not sure, but
yeah, maybe. Well, that lead brings us to Academica, who right now is currently in 3rd place, and they played. Well, they didn't play. They got the win 3-0 by forfeit with the Shamrocks, who apparently couldn't field enough players.
Yes, they're having a tough time, Shamrocks. But we're in the final months here. I think that they're going to be. I think they're going to finish strong.
Yeah, we hope so. I mean, that's what we want. We just want everybody to play, and give the enjoyment to the fans that are watching too. So hopefully, fans go out there and check out these games, because, you can see a great game. And the one that I saved for last probably was the best game of the week. Sao Nicolau 2 and your team, the PCFC Renegades 1. And to me, that's a game right there. That's a close game.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we were pretty devastated, but at the same time, we were very proud that we made it a good game like that. We scored like about 5 minutes into the game, and then we were hanging on for dear life the rest of for 85 minutes.
You hung in there though. That's a great game. I mean, Sao Nicolau is the sixth in the league. So, I mean, that could have brought some spirits up, and you guys could have went on a roll and won the rest of the games.
Well, I appreciate your optimism. I think we overachieved on Sunday, but it was nice that all the pieces finally came together. We felt like we played our best game.
So Devin Soares, Silvandro, Andre scored the goals for Sao Nicolau, and a guy that keeps popping up when you guys play, Kyle Behani.
Yeah, he's a great player. Ron, he played at the Naval Academy, and he's terrific guy, terrific family man. We just have to keep coming up with babysitters so that we can spring him on Sunday morning to come play with us.
All right. So if you're a babysitter out there, get in touch with Matt, because his team needs babysitters. So that way, Baby Hani doesn't miss a game.
By the way,
gotta get him.
He is a great ball player. I watched him play about a month or so ago. He's a really good ball player.
And that's what the beauty of this league. It's like these are regular people, just having a good time playing a game. And, Whatever people can do to support these teams, please do it. Go to the games. And matter of fact, if you want to go to a game, September 28th, which is this weekend, 9 a.m., you can go to Kickamuit Middle School in Warren to see Warren Soccer Club and Dinamo Morabeza play.
Ooh.
That is going to be a potential playoff matchup.
That's a good one.
Right now, they're sitting 1-4. So this is a game you need to go out and support. Go check it out. Man, I wish I had nothing to do on that day. That day I have a board game event, and it's so sad because I would have loved to go to this one. And I know exactly where it is. I used to drive by it to go to work all the time. All the time. You can also go at 9 a.m. down at Ocean State Field in North Kingstown to watch this guy play PCFC Renegades against Academica, who is currently sitting in third place. You guys got your work cut out for you.
That's going to be a tough game.
That's a squad right there. Plus 28 goal differential. You gotta love that when you're a team that struggling to score goals, and you're gonna play a team that gets 28 more than what they give up, and then you feel like it's all against you. But it should be great, Go support these teams. Excuse me. Kickamuit Middle School and Ocean State Field in North Kingstown, September 28th. Those are the games that you need to go see.
Thanks, Ron. We'll try to make it a thrilling game of soccer for all the fans.
Yeah.
But one prediction is that while we might be close at halftime, I can't guarantee that by the end of the game.
Well, look, this is why if it's tied or you're in the lead at halftime, just stop. Just say, okay, we're done. That's it. You go out on top. And then you hit the local pub and have a celebration. And if you do that, just call me. I'll be there.
It's a deal.
So look, I mean, it was a pleasure having you, man. It was a pleasure, but we gotta move on. We gotta finish this show. Matt, you're always welcome to come back. Always
Thanks,
welcome,
Ron.
because there's still so much that I wanted to know. I wanted to know more about your day-to-day operations, with what you're doing now. But we'll have to save that for another time.
It was my pleasure, Ron. Anytime, and enjoyed it. And thank you for bringing publicity to this.
It's my pleasure. I'm willing to go do whatever I need to do to bring all this wonderful game to everybody around. So it was always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thanks, man.
All right. Have a great one.
All right. You too.
Good night, Matt. Talk to you soon. Hey,
let me tell you.
Okay.
That was awesome, David.
Yeah. Matt's, as they say, he's an ace guy, good soccer player. And the fact that we got him in to do some administration also is tremendous.
I feel like I've known him for years, just talking to him.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. It's amazing.
He's a regular guy.
Yeah. All right. So,
Ron, I got to interject something for a second, okay?
Absolutely.
One thing that's kind of announcement too is I have a really early morning tomorrow morning, so I may have to cut out pretty soon. But I wanted to tell you something that I'm going to have some news on maybe next week for our next show.
Great.
We are a good friend of mine is a nationally licensed futsal coach. I may have mentioned him to you before. Yep. And we're going to probably be bringing him into this league to start running in the off season, a futsal league. He and I are going to be meeting with the owner of a new indoor futsal facility in Pawtucket, which has just opened. It's near in the area around where McCoy Stadium is. There's a young kid who's just got it going. We're going to get in there Tuesday night, probably around 7:30 or 8, and I'll probably talk to you about doing Wednesday and hopefully bring Bill on. Bill Sampaio's his name, and he is an ace to be on any media. He's a screech. He's very knowledgeable. He's funny. Yeah. He is Brazilian, but he's been here for years. He's played some pro ball years and years ago, and we always used to call him when he was coaching some of our kids years ago. We call him Bill from Brazil. But Bill is just a phenomenon of a person and an incredible coach.
Yeah,
and
that would be wonderful.
Yeah, between now, look up the name Bill Sampaio online before now and next week. I'll get you some background on him. But Bill Sampaio Futsal, Futsal, and see what you find out, which is everything.
Yeah.
So
we'll make this really quick, David. I just want to touch on what's happened with RIFC really quick. They just won. They beat Miami FC 1-0. They have a 2-game winning streak.
Yes.
They are now, 8th place. They are 1 point ahead of Indy 11. So if they can just keep winning, they're guaranteed to make it in the playoffs if they can keep winning.
Playing tonight. They're playing tonight against FC Locomotive? Is it El Paso?
I think it's Friday, I thought.
Okay, could be. Yeah, it could be tomorrow.
Yeah, Friday. RI at El Paso Locomotive.
Yes.
It's at 9 p.m. on Nessun and ESPN Plus, so it is televised. So that might be the game I choose to watch after the sports show.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good.
So, and then October 5th they play the Las Vegas Lights in Rhode Island, so that's their next home game.
Mm-hmm.
So those are games that they're not going to be easy, but they got to win those 2 games as well. Because you got to maintain, but you got to score more than 1.
They're in a decent spot, but they need at least to pull off maybe a couple of game winning streak, win 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4. Yeah. But they need it now.
Yeah, they got 5 games remaining, so those 2 are games that they need to circle on their calendar, and they need to go out there and give a full effort. So. Louisville and Charleston Battery have now clinched playoff spots.
Wow.
But they can get as far as 3rd seed. So they can do this.
Yes, they could.
Also, URI Football has announced that they are going to play their 2026 home games at Centerville Bank Stadium because they're renovating theirs.
Yep.
So that's exciting.
It is.
So,
I mean, that's the beginning of more, I think, of the use of that stadium for the area, which is good.
Yeah. So they're making use of it. It's going to be a big boost for the economy in this area, and I couldn't be happier. David, we can now wrap it up so you can get out of here and get some rest.
Sure.
I again want to thank Matt Widmer for joining us today. That was awesome. And David, it's always a pleasure that you're on. And everybody just keep following, supporting, and come back next Wednesday, right? We'll do it next Wednesday.
Yeah, because I got that thing Tuesday. We're going to look at that facility Tuesday evening.
Yeah, so be here next Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And we'll do it all over again.
And we'll bring some other players, but we're going to bring back Matt again. Matt's he's a good addition.
Yeah, he was. And we got to get Kaba back in here.
Hey, as soon as this coaching, between reffing and coaching the girls varsity in North Providence.
Yeah. Yeah, see, we got to get some female players, to come on too. We got to give some love to some of those leagues.
Would love to do it. We'll see what we can do.
So, all righty. We'll see everybody next time. Have a
All
great
right.
night.
All right, you too. Thanks always.